which is we are on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, everybody. This is Victor. I'm here with Gabi, Mariduarda, Milene, Felipe, and also Romeo. And today we're talking about intrusive thoughts. And now we are about to hear Milene's introduction about herself. Can you tell us something about you, Milene?
Yes, I am Milene. I am 34 years old. I live in Campinas, São Paulo. I am a teacher, physics teacher. I started here only till the last year, but I stopped and I'm back now. I think 2 weeks ago. Um, I really like this platform because I here I can talk, even made mistakes. I don't mind about my mistakes. So I really like be here. I'm in my free time. I like to read, but sometimes I can't because when I am reading a book, I stop do my things and I want only read. So I am used to reading only in the weekends or vacation or some holidays. And I like to cook too, but only desserts.
Yeah. So I completely understand you about reading. And there's a time, actually, there was a couple of times that I couldn't sleep because I just wanted to read and
Yeah.
read. And that's really good. But at the same time, it's worrying because life is not going to stop for me to read. So what am I going to do? But it's good to know that I'm not alone in this process.
Yes.
So, Homeo, you back? Can you tell us something about you, something interesting?
Sorry. The first one, number one, the question number one.
No, to introduce yourself.
So okay, hello guys, good morning. My name is Romeo. I'm 42 years old. I live in Imperatriz, the countryside Maranhão. I work with railroad maintenance since 60 years ago, and finished my post graduation in railway engineering. And I'm married, have two daughters. In my free time, I like to go out with friends, with my family. And now I'm here for improve my English for challenge 30 days to improve my English. I think that's it.
Yeah. Thank you, Homeo. So, Felipe, what about you? Who are Felipe?
Okay, my name is Felipe Lira. I am 45 years old. Um, Currently, I'm living in Recife with my wife, my daughter, and two pets. I work with information technology, so I have been working in this area almost 10 years, 10 or 15 years. And that's it. I'm here in Talk to improve my speak, because my job demands sometimes that I speak English with the fabricants, things like that.
Yeah. Okay. So now finally, Gabi, and you can also answer the first question number one, Gabi.
Sure. Hello, guys. Good morning. I'm Gabriele, but you can call me Gabe or Gabi. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, and I graduated in international relations. And right now, I'm doing an MBA international marketing. Um, in my free time, I like to read books too, and watching TV series. And I have a dog called Aninha. I will live I will read now the first question. Have you ever experienced an intrusive thought that caught you off guard? How did you react to it? Mm, oh yeah, some maybe a couple of times. I think this is normal for everybody. uh, I think it start to be a problem when, like in the music, you start to listen all the time this and just don't let it go the thoughts. Like, when I start to do meditation, I learn to let it go. The thoughts will come, but you just let it go this thoughts and it's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
And
perfect.
I have this experience a couple of times.
Yeah, I think it happens with everyone, but it can change the level of the intensity, maybe, because some people may feel more than the others. But have you ever experienced it, Melanie? Any time in your life?
I think I have, but I don't remember what kind intrusive thought. I think it's about, sometimes I think it's about my English. Because sometimes I think that I never will be able to speak very well, but I know it's like syndrome, the imposter, I know. And I try to avoid these thoughts. And I think, like Gabi, it's normal. You sometimes have this thought. So I think it's okay. You can try to think about why you have these thoughts and try to change something in your life, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, completely right, your answer. So, Romeo, have you ever had some experience related to intrusive thoughts?
Yeah, I think many times I have this, but to be honest, I don't know, how can I say, to react to when it's happened with me, it's happening with me. But every time, especially in meetings for my job, and the manager, how can I say, asking a lady, how can I say, a good question, not a good question, let me say, uh, a question, not just on me, but I think for the group, for trying to explain about this, you know. And I think it is not easy to explain that explain the answer that we like to listen. But I try to explain how can I say, the the reality and the problem that we have. But I think it's hard for many leaders to explain the reality that is happening. I think but many leaders try to pretend, create a good place or good scenarios for problems, or forgot the real situation. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, yeah, I think it makes sense. I couldn't relate to it like in my life, but I think it makes sense. What about you, Mariduarda? Do you have some experience, something to share?
Yes, I have intrusive thoughts, but not all the time because I try not to overthink about the situations. So, but sometimes it happens when you have some bad situation or out of your comfort zone. I think we use it to overthinking and have intrusive thoughts. But I think it's important we not punish yourself about some situations and try to move on. It's not like a big deal.
Yeah. I can remember a situation in which I had this. Like, I think the most common is wanting to jump for somewhere, like a place, a bride. And I think it's really common. Like, you look to the place, and then I want to jump, but I can't, but I want to jump. And sometimes I feel really strong. Like, I can look to that because it feels like I'm jumping, or it feels like something. My cell phone, for example, is jumping by itself, and I just need to be really careful to not. And but it's not all the time actually, and it's kind of weird. And I know that a lot of people feel the same as me, so I don't think it's a big deal. I don't want to kill myself. So, question number two. Sometimes our minds can be like a runaway train with thoughts. How do you bring your thoughts back on track? How do you do it, Melanie?
It's a hard question. I think for me it's not it isn't a problem. I don't think that I have a lot of runway train with my thoughts. I think I can control these thoughts. But I think if you have a problem or are you suffer about something, it's difficult to control. And I think if you, when you are a teenager, it's difficult too, because I can see this in my students when they have a lot of existential crisis. I think is true. They have a lot of runway train with their thoughts. But I think you need to try think about the problem who or which caused this kind of thoughtfuls. So I think you need to resolve your life to avoid these thoughts.
Yeah, I think that's a really great advice. You said it was a hard question, but you did perfectly. And one thing for me that works, it's breathing, and just trying to keep calm. And I hope it works for everybody. But what do you do, Maria Duarte, to put your things back on track?
I I usually to take a shower if I'm at home because I like the water, the sensation. Sometimes in my daily routine, I have so much information about my job and my personal life, and when all put together, my mind is like, and I can thinking clearly. So sometimes I used to take a shower, and if I'm not in my house or I'm in the office, I used to take a legal walk about in the building or in the square to and breathe, because this helped me to put my focus on the uh, rails and thinking clearly.
Yeah. A shower, it's really a really great advice. I'm gonna start to doing it sometimes. Romeo, do you have some advice, some strategy?
Let me see. It's a hard question, I think, for me. But the how can I say, the real life, I think, is happening with my team. But because I work with this problem, but in the real life, not in the imagine, but understand the question. Uh, how can I say? Let me see. I try to think about it. I think it's necessary to stop or have a break for understanding well this problem, because I think the problem has or bring for us a good solution, but it's necessary to how can I say, think twice about this, you know. And let's say share the problem with the team for not try to solve it alone, you know, but necessary to involve the others, you know. Yeah, I think that's it. It's hard to explain about this, but in my case, I try to solve this problem with my team. I don't try to resolve it alone, you know, because um, when you work within a team, when you have a team, it's necessary for everyone to involve or bring good solution, try or choose a better solution for, how can I say, yeah, a better solution for resolving the problem. Yeah, I think that is it.
Okay. What about you, Gabi? Are you there, Gabi?
Yeah, I come back now.
Okay.
Sorry, because my internet fell down and come back. Uh, is to answer the number two.
Yes, number two.
Okay. Um, like I said before, I try to do meditation that is really good um to organize your thoughts, and you feel more like you use the strategy of mindfulness that you stay where you are, not thinking about the past or the future, just the feelings right now is so good. And besides that, I think therapy is really good to you see how we can sometimes imagine things that maybe never will happen. Like, oh my god, if I go to a street and fall down and break my leg, maybe this never happens. And you are in this thoughts like so many times that you start to think that this happening. So it's good to do these two things too. If you are a person to anxiety, you understand that is so common to people that has anxiety. So I think this can help.
Yeah, I can. I can't think of a properly solution, but I just remember one intrusive thoughts that I had sometimes, and it happens when I'm walking on the street close to somebody else. It doesn't need to be a friend or a person that I know, but I need to walk in the same rhythm of the person. Like there's one step and then I go to the same leg and I try to, I don't know, I try to walk in the same way that the person is walking because I feel that I'm going to make noise if I don't walk in the same rhythm, and this person is going to be upset with me because I can explain what happens to my head, but it feels like I need to um how do I say I need to walk in the same way that the person is walking. And sometimes I need to walk faster because it feels that if I don't walk faster, I'm going to be late. So I need to walk as fast as I can because I'm going to be late for everything and I won't do the things that I have to do because I walk a lot during the day. So I feel that I need to do everything as fast as I can because if I don't, then I'll miss something or I won't be able to complete all the things that I have planned to do during the day. So that's a really strange thought, and I don't know how to stop it. But I think question number three, it's really similar to question number two. So we can go to question number four. Okay, guys, if all of you agree. Can sharing your intrusive thoughts with others help lift the weight off your shoulders? Why or why not? What do you think, Romeo?
Sorry, could you pass my turn? I don't understand this
Yeah,
question very well.
yeah, it's totally okay. Maria Eduarda, can you start answering question number 4?
I think yes, but intrusive thoughts generally we don't talk about it because they are strangers. For us, they make us feel a little bit ashamed. So it's not something that I always talking about, but sometimes I talk with my best friends about it. And I think it is like they give us a vision of reality, and we can see that sometimes your fog is not a big deal. So I think it's helped us, yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. Do you agree, Gabi?
Yes, I agree. Sometimes I think the best person to listen is the therapy because the therapy don't judge you. She don't show that judge you. Maybe she judge. And I think with my best friends too, I do this like, oh, you will think that this is stupid, but it's happening, and we start to, or we start like, oh, I know you laugh at me, but and I think it's a person that will, like Maria said, that will help you to see that the situation it's not a real situation, and just something in your mind.
Yeah, I think we have to choose the right person to tell. It's not telling everybody. It can be a great friend and not even your best friend because some people don't understand it. And we need to know that, I mean, there are specific people for everything. So that may be one person or one friend that you know that this person won't judge you or won't laugh at you. Or maybe this person will laugh, but then they will understand by the end. So I think that can help a lot. What do you think, Mileni? Do you like to share your thoughts, your intrusive thoughts, actually?
I, my no, my thoughts no, but I think depends of the kind of intrusive thoughts. I think if you're harmful thought, I think you have to talk with someone, but someone uh, who has knowledge for this, like therapists or psychologists, because it's important you control or know why you have these thoughts. And sometimes I think it's very important, uh, depends of the frequency of these thoughts. I think it's important to talk with another person, not a person has problem like you, because they could be create a group, a bad group. I think sometimes the crazy people start this way, like in the many problems in dark web, they create a groups with they have a lot of intrusive thoughts and they put in action this. I think it started this way. Like when they in the last year there were some attacks in school, and they create a group to do this. So I think sometimes they find a person like you and you put in action her thoughtfuls. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh my god, I
Yeah,
never heard about this.
me too. That's a
No.
really great reflection, but it's really sad at the same time. And
Yes,
it feels,
it's this way they can get um arms shot, I don't know, like armas, because
Guns?
someone give guns for their person, their people.
I didn't know this. Homel, are you available now or not? I think you're not. But we're just gonna keep the conversation if you're available.
Yeah, I think I can't understand it. Try to translate, but I can't. But I think is the question for is, how can I say, sharing about problem for, how can I say, um, tirar peso, tirar da consciência, alguma coisa do tipo. Yeah, yeah. I think it's happening all the time because I work with with my team, like I said before, and it's necessary for, how can I say, for leaders and the other person that stay in front of the team to share many situations for avoid how can I say, that avoid the huge situation, or that situation is not to become a worse, necessary it's necessary to, how can I say, to have a good talk, or oh my, how can I say this in English? Uh, Transparent talk. I don't know, you know. And it is very important to have a good conversation or try to finish many activities for for a good way, you know. And it's happened when something's happening to communicate with the responsible, explain, try to explain, I think, the real situation for avoid for other teams, you know. It's hard to explain this, but I think it's very common in my case, you know. I think that's it, my friend.
Yeah, thank you for your answer. So, and I just want to add one thing related to what Milen said, sharing with the right person, because let's suppose some person have a harmful, intrusive thoughts, and then the other have the same. And if you share this with the same person, that one may normalize it, may say it's okay to have suicidal thoughts, it's okay to have, these things because I have too, and I'm alive. And then we don't see the problem in situations that it shouldn't be okay to have harmful thoughts. So yeah, that's my answer. So let's go to question number 5. Yeah, 5. Yes. How do intrusive thoughts affect your peace of mind? Are there any particular times when they are more intense? For me, when I'm anxious and when there's a lot of bad things happening, I I'm the type of person that says it can always get worse. So now I'm on shit. So it can get worse in the future, and I'm not hopeful all the time. So when I'm anxious and when there are um unexpected things happening to me, usually I have a lot of intrusive thoughts because I'm all the time thinking, what if, what if, and I just can't stop uh imagining things in my head, and I just can't control it. I don't know why. But what about you, Gabi? Do you have some specific time in which you feel that you're more, I don't know, vulnerable to intrusive thoughts?
Yeah. uh, like you, when I have anxiety, it's complicated, control it, and before I sleep too. It's because of that I do meditation before sleep, that I can organize my thoughts. Because I don't know, before I sleep is the moments that like I do the review of all of your life. And I started, oh, if I did that, and if happened this, and with not stay in the moment, we stay in other places. So I think they are more intense in these moments.
Yeah, yeah. What about you, Maritorta?
I'm thinking about it. I don't have a specifically situation that I have more intrusive thoughts. I think when something not expected will happen to me and is not that good in a good way, I have more intrusive thoughts. But I think it's more relation. This happen is in relation to my job because I have a bad episode in 2 years ago with burnout. So I'm trying not to uh, working a lot and not overthinking about everything. So I think in my job specifically, I have more intrusive thoughts because this episode with burnout.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sorry for you, Maritorta. I'm really sorry. Milene, we know you
Yeah.
don't like to share, but can you share
No,
something?
no. Gabi, remember me about my intrusive thought. They start before uh, go to sleep too. For me, it's very common when I go to the bed and I am not very sleep, and my mind go to runway trend with this thought, because this now I go to the bed only I am very sleep because I go to the bed and sleep because no, did if I do if I go to the bed without sleep, my mind has a lot of intrusive thoughts, not harmful thoughts, but some bad thoughtfuls too about future. Always about future. Bad things happen in future. All this the same thoughts.
Oh, for
Yes.
me too. It's always to the future or something in the past that I did.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I just remember one thing that I have when I'm going to sleep, which is actually doing something. Sometimes it happens that I start to pay attention to things that my body should do automatically, like breathe. And I start to control the way I breathe. And I can't do it by myself anymore. And I don't know, it feels like my body isn't doing it automatically. So I need to control everything. And I'm afraid to sleep and I will stop breathing and maybe I'll die. Oh, this is so, I'm so ashamed, but it happens sometimes. I'm gonna talk to Sueli after because I didn't know it was about intrusive thoughts, but it's okay. I think it happens sometimes. And also with, I don't know how to say this in English, to close our eyes and open, piscar. Sometimes I, I start to pay attention to the
I think it's
times.
blinking or blanking. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
to the times I blank or blink. And I just can't do it by myself anymore because I start to think to control it and it's really annoying. But what about you, Hamil? Do you think that um do you have a time in which you feel more vulnerable to intrusive thoughts?
Is this 5 questions or 6 questions?
Yeah, five. Question number five.
Yeah. Uh, I think it's the, how can I say, the end of the year, because I don't know, say this in English, methods. As the methods don't look like, how can I say, the finish, the, I don't know, the completed, you know. And I think it makes me a little stressed for finish, for, how can I say, to able to to conclusion is this goal, you know. I think is the bad moment for, how can I say, for relaxed, you know, especially because I think it's hard to able to the goals and the other situation. It's happening the same time. I don't know why, especially in the railroads, you know. I think this opportunity for to getting the goal, how can I say, uh, less, you know. But it's hard, and I um, try feel so calm, but it's not easy, you know. And the manager asking me a lot all the time for the goals. If the goals is it's possible to how can I say, to finish, to conclude or not. This if the goal is probably impact or not. You know, it's hard. I think it's very stressful in the end of the year. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go to question number 6. Do you think that understanding the ins and outs of why we have intrusive thoughts can help manage them? I think it does. Do you think, Melanie?
Yes, I totally agree. I think understand why you have these thoughts is important to manage them. I think that is the understand the problem is the key to solve this thought and have peace in your mind. So I totally agree because this I think is important to you do therapy if you have a problem like this.
Yeah. What do you think, Maria?
I think it help you understand the ins and outs, but like Milene said, do therapy is important because you can see the situation better. And one thing that I do that my therapist say to me is like writing is not just thinking about, this is good, this is not good, but really writing your thoughts like, oh, this is the situation and this is why I'm worried about, and the pros and cons about this, and you can take this off out your mind. So it's in the paper, so you read the paper and throw away. Is a strategy to put away your thoughts out of your mind.
Yes. I used to say like all the time things about going to therapy, but now I feel so ashamed because I say to people to go, but I don't go to therapy. So am I being hypocrite? I don't know how to say this, but I'm not following the things that I should, and I'm telling people to do the things, but at the same time it feels wrong. But by the way, I'm looking for a job that I can attend to therapy for free. So I'm looking for it. And I swear that by the time that I got something and I have access to therapy for free, I will go. And then I'm gonna say here in TNT, go to therapy because it helps. But I know it helps, but I just feel that I don't do it. And you guys, I think you guys understand it. I had a lot of problems and yeah, forget about it. So, Romeo, Do you think that understanding the reasons why we have intrusive thoughts can help us to avoid them?
Don't understand very well. Let me try again. Wait a minute, please.
Okay, okay.
6. You think that understand the ins and outs of why we have intrusive thoughts help manage them. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's important to understand very well the reason, that I can say it can be, let me say, can be make your feelings, bad feelings or bad sensations. No, it's hard to explain this. Sorry, sorry, guys.
It's totally
You,
fine. I don't
okay.
even know how to answer it because yes, it does, but I don't know how to explain how to put this in words for you. But if you think it does, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I think it's really complicated to explain, even in Portuguese or in English. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
but
So,
it is.
yeah. What about you, Gabi? Do you think understand the ins and outs help us?
Yes, I think it helps like in therapy usually you try to understand and you can understand not just the introducer thoughts but about yourself too. And I think this is the key, understand about yourself, that you understand why you having this and why this is happening. And I think um you can see the situation not the only in this problem, in this introductive thought, but in the whole situation, a bigger view about this.
Yeah, yeah. That's a great answer. So, guys, we have question number 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we have me and 4 people here, and we have 4 questions to answer. So, I would like to ask to you to choose a question to answer because we won't be able to answer all of them. So, starting by you, Maridoarda, because I know you're looking to the questions. Can you choose a question to answer? And you can also read it and then answer the question.
You answered the question number 10. Have you ever used meditation or mindfulness to still the waters of your mind? What was your experience like? In the pandemic, I used to do a lot of meditation because I stay all the time at home, so I get anxious about that because it was a long time doing that. So I used to do meditation and yoga, and it helped me is not overthinking about the pandemic and all the problems and about the future because all the things are uncertain to us at that time. So I used to do a lot of meditation. When I woke up, I used to do, and before I sleep. Now I'm not doing that. I'm just doing like take a shower or take a walk. But it helped me a lot in that time.
Yeah, yeah. So, Gabi, can you choose a question to answer as well? It can be question number 10.
Oh, it's another one. Okay. Uh, I will choose the number 9. Uh, in dealing with intrusive thoughts, how important is to give yourself a break and practice self-compassion? Mm, I have a opinion about the two things because are different things. I think give yourself a break is really good when you do something for you, like you do a exercise or you cook to yourself or you be quiet and start to reading something for you. I think is really good not to produce something, because I think we live in a society that you need to produce all the time, but you just to relax and just to you. I think this is a good way to give yourself a break and helps a lot to introduce the thoughts and to reduce the anxiety. And practice self-compassion, I think, is important, but when you start to practice self-compassion, like you start to, I don't know how to explain in English, but feel self-compassion all the time, and you start to. Aí eu explico em português. Quando você começa a sentir pena de si mesmo e você começa a se ver como um coitado da sua história. Aí você só fica sentindo pena de si mesmo o tempo todo, o tempo todo. I think this is not good because my therapy told me that, stop to feeling that, because not that you don't know your feelings, but you started to do something to change the things, not just to feel in pain all the time. I think this is my opinion about that.
Yeah, it's perfect. Thank you for your answer. Now, Romeo, were you able to choose a question to answer? You're muted. Oh,
Sorry,
it's okay.
I tried to answer the number 10. I try to make a meditation to help me in many situations, for how can I say, to find the equilibration. But be honest, I can't, because I can't disconnected me for the problems, and I how can I say, I think oh my God, what's the name? I appreciate the many people that make this for, but I think I can't, But I think because days when I in my vacation, during the how can I say, the work day, I think so hard for me, you know, it's so hard. But one day I try to make how can I say, a good experience for a meditation for others, or other how can I say, others kind of this treatment, this opportunity for help me, uh, for try forget this problem, especially in my job. Yeah, I think that is it.
Okay, perfect. Now, you, Milene, we have just some seconds, so I'm gonna ask you to be really quickly.
Oh, okay. I will be fast. Answer the eighth question. How do you draw the line between normal intrusive thoughts and those that might need professional help? I think if you have harmful thoughtfuls, you need help. It's it. Or you
Yeah.
have some disorder in your mind, you need help, professional help.
Yeah, That was a perfect answer. I thought it would be not a great, but just I would like to say thank you, not just to Milene, but to all of you, to you, Gabi, Romeo, Maria Eduarda. It was a great conversation for me, and I hope I did great in the place of swelling. And we need to go, guys. We have no time, but thank you. And I hope to see you in my conversations too. It's
Thank
today at
you.
night. So you're welcome to be with me, okay, to join me all the time.